So you look at the latest mock drafts, you kind of don't want to read the mock drafts because half of them are not even true. But I've been seeing a lot from mock drafts, and I know the Eagles definitely have interest, is that the Eagles have been looking at Chauncey Gardner Johnson from the safety from Florida, and he's been absolutely amazing in his workouts and his pro day. He's looking like he's going to be a first-round pick. Chauncey Gardner Johnson could play safety. He's a safety in the league, but he could play safety. He could play the nickel position. The Eagles like him because of his versatility, and he's a ball hawk. He has long arms. He's got medium core speed. The guy has good football IQ. The guy interacts has good interaction pretty well. You know what I mean? He brings a lot, good tackler, brings a lot to the table, looking like he's turning into a first-round pick. Then I'm seeing a lot of other mock drafts, and I'm seeing a lot of interest that the Eagles might have, a lot of rumors that the Eagles might have a lot of interest in Byron Murphy, the cornerback from Washington. And you know what? Byron Murphy is an all-around good corner. The guy has a decent size. He's fast. He doesn't get beat on comeback routes. The guy could cover someone for days downfield. This guy is a good tackle. This guy is an all-around good cornerback, as I could tell, and what from other teams are saying about him, and what I could just see on the tape as well. Byron Murphy could be that guy for the Philadelphia Eagles, but would the Eagles actually draft a corner or a safety in the first round? Unless it's like Nasser Adderley, or I don't know. Byron Murphy, I have Byron Murphy above Greedy Williams from LSU. That's just what it is. That's what I have it right now. But I wouldn't mind Byron Murphy on the Philadelphia Eagles, but a first-round pick, man, you just can't deny the defensive line in this draft is so deep. There's just no way. There's just no way in hell that the Eagles will pick a corner at 25, pick a safety at 25. I don't even care what it is, or move up for a corner, or move up for a safety, or move up for an offensive tackle, and that matter as well. Because honestly, right now, I just don't think that's going to happen. If the Eagles did that, just say the Eagles drafted Byron Murphy in the first round, I don't even know what I would do. I'd kind of be like, the draft would have to dramatically change for me to be happy with that, because if somebody slides down and the Eagles know they're going to get him, like just say Christian Wilkins, somebody slides down, which I don't think he's going to slide down, but if someone does slide down and the Eagles can grab both of those guys, it would be perfect. But I just do not see it happening. I'll be pretty pissed off if they do this. We all know, and they know, what is the strong suit in this draft, okay? Every year the Eagles do the same since Jim Schwartz has been here, since Doug Peterson got here, the Eagles have been doing the same formula with the defensive line, and that's pretty much just signing these veteran pass rushers, which isn't a bad thing. I have nothing against it, but you do it every year. And that's just more money you have to spend every year. So you draft a young defensive tackle, you draft a young guy, then, you're set. You're good. You know what I mean? You're set for a while. So you don't got to worry about that position so damn much, you know what I mean? And then you can add like one or two guys, you know what I mean? You don't have to add so many guys. Like, look at the defensive end position. Chris Long still on contract, don't know what he's going to be doing. Josh Sweat, we drafted him, Josh Sweat from Florida State, fourth-round pick, I think he was, fifth round, something like that. Josh Sweat's a guy that, he's kind of still in the system now, going on his second year now, and we're going to see what he could do as well, because he actually showed some nice pressure in the preseason last year, which I really liked, and he's got some nastiness to him, which I like too. So it would be nice. Josh Sweat could do something as well. Brandon Graham, we signed to a big deal. He'll be with us probably he'll be with us throughout that whole entire contract, probably 3 years. It's a 4-year deal, which could turn into a 3-year deal. But you know what? Look at the age. Everybody's everyone's up there in age. Chris Long's over 30. Brandon Graham's over 30. We had Michael Bennett. He was over 30. We need to get younger. Fletcher Cox, he's going to be on this team until, he retires. I mean, that's just what it is. Going to retire an Eagle most likely. They will never get rid of Fletcher Cox. Timmy Jernigan is still a free agent out there. There's rumors about Gerald McCoy coming to the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles have multiple things they could do if they want to go up and if they want to go up and go get Montez Sweat, they want to move up, get Montez Sweat, that's fine. And then, bring in a Gerald McCoy or bring in somebody else, you know what I mean, to kind of fill that other spot with Trayvon Hester next to him in the second round of depth, because you got Fletcher Cox and newly acquired Malik Jackson up there in the front. There's a bunch of combinations the Eagles could do. There's still a shit ton of pass rushers in free agency that would be very good at rotation. You got Ziggy Ansah still out there, but he had a shoulder injury, so waiting until his confirmation is done with that. There's a whole bunch of avenues the Eagles could take during this, but a safety in a corner with the first pick, I just don't agree with that whatsoever right now. I really don't, and I understand we're trying to look for, with the 4-3 defense, you don't need to have the high prestige corners of the league on your defense. You don't. You just need guys that are mid-core, that are medium-tier corners that can at least cover for a little bit. And you know what I mean? Because we don't have the best corners in the world on this team. We don't. But the guys look pretty damn, Cravon LeBlanc and the nickel could play looking like the nickel of the future for the Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Mills on contract year. Ronald Darby coming off an injury. He's not going to be back until week 3 of preseason. That's his aim. His aim is he's going to be back week 1, but he needs some practice in before when he gets fully back. So he's only going to have like 2 weeks to practice, get back to his normal self, and get back on track, because it's going to take him a little bit to get on track. So he might not be himself the first game of the year. You know what I mean? And, you still have, and Rasul Douglas is another guy. I just don't think he's an outside corner. I just don't think he's built to be a cornerback in the NFL. That's just me. I don't think he's just there. I think for short yardage, red zone, I think he's great. But as of like open field, no, not at all. He had a really good rookie year, but look what he had around him. You know what I mean? This year we had a lot of injuries on the defensive line. The pressure wasn't as great. Thank God Michael Bennett was here, because, it just took a toll when guys weren't doing anything. And Fletcher Cox was getting double-teamed, and it was just, no one else could get free. Okay, you bring in Vinny Curry. He's over 30 years old. You have these elite pass rushers that are they're up there in age. So you want to go up and get a young guy. We need a young guy that's going to start day one, and that's going to – we're in a perfect position in this draft to go get a young defensive tackle, a young defensive end, whatever way they're going to go. Okay, I don't care which way they go, but whatever way they want to go, that's how they can do this. Okay, so when I saw Byron Murphy's name come up a million times, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson's name come up a million times, Nasser Adler's names come up a million times, it's a headache sometimes, because I'm like, why do all? I mean, I know it's hits on pages on articles, but I mean, that's all I read is like safety and corner, like in the first round. I don't know why it's safety and corner, because when you look at the Eagles cornerback spot, you're like, there's nobody shut down, but there's no such thing as shutdown corners, because it is hard to get a shutdown corner. Period. You get those are a dime a dozen, a dime a million. You don't find those guys like 2 seconds in the draft. But Byron Murphy, hey, you get Byron Murphy in the second round, I wouldn't mind it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't care. I mean, that's another corner you add to the pot, stir it up a little bit, and you got a little bit more competition on your hands this offseason. I still think that Jalen Mills is in trouble for a starting job, because Avonte Max, the 4th round pick out of Pitt. He's come up, and Jalen Mills is one of the only corners, probably not just him, but, Ronald Darby only plays corner, but Jalen Mills is one of the weakest corners on our team right now that can't play multiple positions. You can't just say, okay, fuck it, he can't play corner, put him at safety. Eagles won't do that. Eagles will not do that, since we already have pretty much 4 set safeties right now. With Trey Sullivan behind, Andrew Sendejo, Malcolm Jenkins, and Ronnie McLeod. So he's been in the system forever. So, you know what I mean? I don't see a receiver's definitely out of the question, but getting a corner or a safety, that's all I see on these mock drafts, which is nuts. So that's what I really want to talk about, guys. So that's what I've been seeing a lot of lately. But, hey, anything could happen, but it's going to be a defensive lineman. And if it's not a D tackle, it's a DN. If it's not a DN, it's a D tackle. And that's what I think it's going to be. So that's really about it, guys. So I just want to bring that to you real quick. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about this, and I will see you guys later. So shake squad up, files fly.